At the top of the show, we told you about National Night Out. It's happening tomorrow night all over the country. We also talked about how important it is for the community and law enforcement to come together.
Yes, absolutely. And today we are joined in studio with Lieutenant Tim Robinson with the Wicomico County Sheriff's Office. Hey, good to see you.
It's great to be here.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about National Night Out. Are you excited?
Well, it's going to be a good time. We hope everybody shows up. There is going to be one in Salisbury tomorrow evening, one in Fruitland, one in Pittsville, and then on Friday night there'll be one in Delmar.
So talk about why you have these national nights out. Why is it important?
It's an opportunity for the community to get out, to interact, not with just law enforcement, but other community service providers, everything from social services, the main side, the hospital, many different organizations like that, and folks just to get out and just get together and say we're not going to be hesitant to be part of a solution.
Yeah,
This is something that I've been a part of since the first one I participated with back in 1992. I still remember when I worked at the beach and having to go out and walk the boardwalk dressed in a McGruff suit.
Oh,
yeah.
So come a long way since then. Yeah.
So is everybody going to be in plain clothes, or how will we know? Law enforcement.
It'll be a combination.
Okay.
Officers will be in uniform, but you're going to see officers dressed down and interacting with children, interacting with members of the community.
We're all in this together.
And we are.
Right.
We are one community. We are all, as law enforcement officers, we are members of the community too.
All right. Well, let's take a look at some of the pictures, the mugshots you brought with you today.
Yes, I'm hoping your viewers can know something about them to try to get some of these folks brought in this week.
All right, starting with one we've seen many times before.
Yes, Amy Calder, she also goes by Amy Sawyer and Amy Sinkbell. We last know her to live in the Hebron area. We have a warrant that was issued in connection with motor vehicle theft. So if anybody knows where Amy is, whatever last name she's going by today, please call Crime Solvers so we can get her brought in.
All right, and we have Tareka Chandler. Tell us about her.
Yeah, Tareka Chandler, we still believe her to be right here in the Salisbury area. We have a warrant in connection with theft charges. So if anybody knows where Miss Chandler is, pick up the phone, call Crime Solvers, and report her location.
All right, next let's go to James William Headstream III.
James Headstream III. We last know him to have an address right here in Salisbury. He was sentenced to a period of incarceration and did not show up. So now this has now necessitated a second warrant for second-degree escape. So if anybody knows where Mr. Headstream is, immediately pick up the phone. Let's get him brought in. He also has ties to areas, other states, but somebody we believe knows this individual.
All right, moving right along with Montel Christopher Hill.
Montel Hill, we have profiled him before. We believe him to be right here in Salisbury. We have a warrant that was issued in connection with assault, resisting arrest, and failure to obey the lawful order of a law enforcement officer. So if anybody knows where Montel Hill is, pick up the phone and report his location right now.
All right, take a good look at Germaine Moss.
Germaine Moss, we last know him to have an address in Salisbury. He also has ties to the Parsonsburg area. We have a warrant that was issued in connection with felony assault, as well as second-degree assault. So if anybody knows where Germaine Moss is, just pick up the phone and call Crime Solvers.
And moving along with Richard Whittington Jr.
Richard Whittington, we last know him to have an address. We had an address for him in the Eden, Maryland area, but we have received information that he's in the state of Louisiana now. We have a warrant that was issued in our county in connection with a DUI charge. So if anybody has any information on Richard Whittington, you're asked to contact Crime Solvers.
All right, in case someone is not familiar with Most Wanted Monday, tell them what they need to do if they recognize
Well, what
anyone.
they need to do is please, don't take these people into custody yourselves. If you recognize somebody or think you recognize somebody, you have any information, all you gotta do is pick up the phone, call Crime Solvers. The beautiful thing about this program is the phone is not answered by a law enforcement agency. It's a separate organization, and these phone calls are answered 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that's all this organization does. It's a nationwide clearing center. That you answer the phone, 410-548-1776. They will then get us the information, and then we will act on it.
And you remain completely anonymous when you call.
Completely anonymous. They don't use caller ID. Everybody's issued an identification number, and that's all that we know people by. We have no way of getting back in touch with a tipster.
But you can get the money
But we do
to
have
them.
there is a mechanism in place for them to potentially get a reward.
Lieutenant Tim Robinson with the Wycomico County Sheriff's Office. Thank you so much.
Oh, this is great to be here
coming
again.
in.